If you love Roger Federer, you have to love what you saw today. Much, much different Federer than what we saw in Geneva, in my opinion. Fed looks really, really good, guys. This was a big win today, taking out Marian Cilic. You guys might think, well, Cilic hasn't done anything lately, so it's really not that great a win. Today was a big win. Cilic played really well today, played big-time tennis. Cilic played like one of the best players in the world, and Federer was there. He rose to the occasion, and he got the job done. So what did you guys think? As you come on in, let me know what you thought of the great Roger Federer today. You have got to just cherish these moments, guys. You've got to understand what we're watching. We're watching maybe the last time or one of the last times we're ever going to see Roger playing at Roland Garros, hitting beautiful shots. I thought he looked very, very well. We're very good. See, I'm so excited I can't even speak English. I thought he looked very good today, guys. I was excited. He definitely gave us some scares. In fact, I joined the match in the second set, and Federer. I got through teaching tennis, and Federer in the second set to me looked like he might have started to get hurt. I thought he wasn't moving very well. I started getting concerned. He was arguing with the umpire about how much time he was taking, so it looked like he was getting cranky. We got some grumpy Fed. We got everything today. But man, the way he finished that match off today, being able to win in 4 sets and then being able to finish as strong as he did, and then really, that fourth set was this vintage Fed. Once he kind of relaxed, got up 2-1, started to pull out all the Fed stuff we like to see. So let's take a look at, we've already got some comments here. Let's see. And to recover from that errant forehand. Yeah, that's the one thing. Federer, when he's not on top of his game or a little nervous, that forehand can shank. So RF won. Yes, he won. He did win today. How would you rate the Federer backhand today? That's a great question. I'm going to get to that. Let me read some more stuff. Federer is playing well, especially considering he's nearly 40. I mean, think about that. I still think he will fall to Berrettini in the 4th round. That's going to be a big challenge for Fed. I mean, if Fed can get through Berrettini, that would be a monster result at this stage in his career, playing on clay. We just know how physical Berrettini is. He's more made for clay. And Federer's also said, his goal is really not to win the French Open. He says not really ready to win the French Open. It's all about the grass. But man, I like what I saw today. Let me break down what I saw, okay? First of all, I thought his backhand overall looked good. It looked really, really good, especially in the 4th set. Everything looked great in the 4th set. Like if you love Federer and you want to see all the Federer highlights or most of them, watch the 4th set because he really just relaxed and played much better and was hitting the ball bigger. So I will say that everything looked good, and let me know what you guys think about this. We give him a pass because he's the great Roger Federer, and he's doing something amazing, playing this well after being off for 2 years nearly at age 40. You have to give him a pass, plus the beauty that he still presents in the game. But who isn't going to give him a pass is a player like Novak Djokovic, is a player like Rafa Nadal. And I think on any surface right now, Federer just has too many, not that he's trying to, he just has too many throwaway points. Getting into a 3-4 shot rally and then shanking a backhand that like goes out near the curtain, near the fence. Same thing on the forehand. Getting moved, getting pushed around, then just missing a shot that he would have made in his prime. Okay, so I think Federer at this stage in his career plays too many loose points to really, really challenge the absolute top dogs right now. Who are the top dogs? The top dogs are Novak, they're Rafa, and Tsitsipas, Medvedev on some days when he's playing really, really well on a hard court. These are the players that just go in the lockdown mode that I think Federer is going to get hurt against when he throws in these shanky forehands, when he sprays some backhands out, when he appears to be moving a little slower than normal to me as far as on defense. Like to play offense, he still flies around the court. But when he gets extended, he gets pushed from side to side, it doesn't look to me like he defends that as well, or even tries as hard to defend that as well as he used to. Like he almost has let that part of his game go, saying, I'm not going to kill myself to get to certain balls. I don't know if you guys think that you're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. Do you guys agree with me? Do you see that? Is this a smart move for him to do? I think against most players it is, but when you want to win against Novak Djokovic, against Rafael Nadal, against Tsitsipas at this point, you can't really afford any throwaway points. You can't afford not to run for a ball. You can't afford to shank as much as he is sometimes. But I thought overall Fed played really well. I need to have more comments by you guys. 16 aces, 47 winners, and only 27 unforced errors. Yeah, I mean, that's a good stat line. Nice to see the GOAT win. What happened in the second set? Yeah, I mean, what did happen in that second set to Roger Federer? It was concerning to me. He looked, I thought, is the knee bothering him? Or maybe he just decided that he got down so much that he was just going to kind of half try. To me, it looked like he was half trying in the second set, which got me very, very nervous. In fact, it got me so nervous I went for like a quick workout because I thought, I don't want to watch Fed lose. I can't watch Fed lose. I need to see him win. And then I kept watching the score. And then I hustled to one of my favorite wing stops and watched the entire fourth set, which was just delicious. It was the perfect way to have lunch, to watch Roger Federer playing amazing tennis. And I really loved what I saw. And I'll tell you one of the plays that he started to do more and more, which I really like. And I think he should do it more on the hard court too, maybe even on the grass, but certainly on the clay. Certainly on the clay is I love the way Roger moves back and is kind of taking a page out of Rafael Nadal. He'll hit there was one point. How about that high, heavy backhand return? Got up high on Cilic. Cilic hits the forehand up here, and then Roger hit that beautiful topspin backhand down the line winner. That to me was one of the prettiest shots of the match. So, how was the Fed backhand? He had some amazing backhands. Then the very next point, he stood in close. This is why we love to watch Roger over, I think we'd like to watch Roger. I'm sorry to Rafa fans. I'm sorry to Novak fans. But, Roger just has that extra when he plays, right? I mean, he just does things differently than everybody else. This is why everybody loves Roger. This is why he's his favorite. Everybody's favorite. So the next play, he stands in close. Then he hits a biting low chip return. Cilic comes running up. And then Roger hits a beautiful pass topspin down the line. Then Roger to go up 5-2 when he was serving at 4-2. How about that amazing, like it was kind of a drop shot slice, but it was like hard. It wasn't quite a drop shot. It wasn't quite a normal slice ball, but it's like this amazing cut shot Roger hit that went fast and low and short and just died when it hit the clay. Like no one else does it like that, guys. No one else hits these shots like Roger hits. And so this is what got us so excited. So, I mean, Roger showed us everything. He showed us the serve. Where's Roger at? The serve is still there. The serve, pinpoint accuracy, all the different spins coming at you, big kicks on the clay, powerful serves down the middle, nice jamming serves at the body. He's hitting every spot in the box that he wants, like just a magician, like just the perfect pitcher out there. His serve is amazing. All kinds of spins, all kinds of speeds, pinpoint accuracy. The serve has not lost anything in my mind. The offense is still beautiful to watch, but I think he's starting to miss more than normal. I know he only had 27 unforced errors today, but still the shanks are there. And to me, against the top players, it seems like they're missing less and less. They don't really have any points where they just throw points away or they shank points. So I feel that Roger is missing too much. And then the other thing that I see is Roger. I think it's more of a choice, a roll of the dice, at least on the clay. He is deciding that he's not really going to go side to side to side and play like a ton of defense. Like we can see Novak maybe have to go from one end to the other end to the other end to defend, and then somehow he hits a great ball and then he takes over on offense and turns the point around. We're not really seeing Roger do that much. And maybe it's protecting the knee. Maybe he's decided at his age he's not going to get into long, grueling points. He's just not going to do it. That the rest of his game is good enough, especially when he gets to grass. The thing that I'm loving that I wish he would do more of. I don't know if he almost is so talented that he feels like it's almost cheating. I love when he drops back, guys. I love to see. And I love the way it looks. It looks amazing. I love to see the heavy, high topspin returns on the forehand and the backhand. I think he does it extremely well. I think he does it as good as anybody. I think it makes it easier for him to win points. And he'll make less errors doing that. That's easier to do than to take everything right off the bounce like he likes to do. So I think that those are the things that I saw. Let's see here. What are we seeing? Okay, Bashkar says, nice to see the GOAT win, but what happened the second set? Same here, Pete. Can't see Fed lose. So, yeah, you probably can't watch it either when Fed starts losing. Hey, Pete, what about Fed giving point to Cilic beyond umpire's call? I didn't see that moment in the match. I did hear that Federer got upset about how much time that he's being called for time. I believe that Roger needs to be at his best to beat Rafa or Novak at this stage. I also feel that there's an imperative for Roger to win the first set. Yeah, I agree. We don't want to see Roger get too far down. I think it's going to be tough for him to play from behind and to have to play very physical tennis. I mean, he does play physical tennis. It's hard to move that fast, take everything on the rise, but I think you guys know what I mean. Why was Federer so angry, LL? Never seen him like that. I mean, I like to see Fed like that, but I was getting concerned. I was thinking maybe Fed's getting angry because there's internal things going on. Maybe his body's not feeling great that he got so grumpy, but he didn't like that the chair umpire was calling time on him, giving him warnings. He didn't feel like it was an even display between him and Cilic. He thought that he was being easier on Cilic for that. So Fed got grumpy out there, which, it's kind of cool to see Fed lose his cool. I kind of like that. He's good when he's angry. You're not going to like me when I'm angry, but I like Fed when he's angry. The Fed Hulk, right? Roger is probably playing the French Open with house money. He's not expecting to go deep in the tournament. Wimbledon is his test. That's right. That's what he said, Christopher. Good point. So Christopher Pollock, who's on right now, says, Roger's playing with house money. He's come into the tournament and says, look, I'm not ready to win the French. I know I'm not playing at my best. It's unrealistic to think so. But at the same time, you can see he's competing. He's competing hard. Guys, this was a big win today. Beating Cilic was not a walk in the park. That I knew to beat Cilic, he was going to have to play well and execute well, and he did. Keely says, I agree. Standing back on important points is crucial for him, especially on break points. I like if he did it at Wimbledon against the likes of Djokovic. Yeah, I think because, guys, the courts are getting so homogenized. We always think of the grass as being super fast. But, that's the grass of the 80s and the 90s to where you pretty much had to serve and volley, okay? The last couple of years they played Wimbledon, the players were actually complaining that the grass was too slow. Some players even said the grass was slower than the clay at the French. I don't even know how. I can't even imagine that. I played on grass when I was younger, and it was like lightning fast. The ball didn't bounce. So I can't even relate to what the players are saying. I can't imagine a slow grass court. But these are the players' comments. They were saying that it played slow like clay. So I don't know why Roger, I understand it's his game. I understand what makes him different, and he has to do it. But I do think sometimes Roger takes the risk a little too high on too many balls, and that's why he sprays more. I think I think to beat Djokovic and Nadal, it's not him playing more and more offensively. I think it's him being a little more patient and getting more balls in play. And so if you've noticed, there's been a trend, and Rafa kind of started it. He used to do it all the time on clay, but then and play closer in it, like the U.S. Open at Wimbledon. But Rafa's made this decision. Hell, I'm just stand by the back fence on everything and returning. And a lot of players are starting to do it. And if you notice, it works for most of them. They miss less, and it's hard to win points on them when they get the ball in play, and they're able to work themselves into the point. Where a lot of times you see Roger, when he stands in so close to return serve, yeah, he either blocks it back and gets in the point, or sometimes he just misses 3-4 returns in a row. And I just don't think you can do that anymore. It's all about the pressure of making these players play balls, especially under pressure. And so sometimes Roger lets people off the hook by spraying balls too early in points. And I think it's because the risk level that he takes on these balls, it's hard to do what he's doing. And I would like to see him more, not just on big points, but just in general. You know, I'd like to see him stand back more and get into points, especially on the clay. I mean, Roger, you signed up for the French. Now you've won 2 matches. Let's see how far you can go and play to win, and just don't play to get ready for the grass. I would like to see you stand back more, get balls in play, hit that heavy topspin. You're great at doing it. And I don't understand why you don't do that more. It's like he'll do that a time or two, and then he'll just like leave it for like games, just like goes away from it. And I don't understand why he doesn't use it more. I would like to see him do it. All right, let's see. Wally says backhand is back. And when his backhand is working, watch out. We know Wally friend is a big Federer fan. He's such a big Federer fan that he says like Djokovic sucks. I don't know if I can go that far. All right, let's see here. Christopher says Roger will always compete. Champions always compete. That is why they're champions. That's right. I mean, it's amazing how special these 3 are, right? I mean, I'm getting to a point, they've accomplished so much in the game. It's really, really hard for me to root against any of them. It's hard for me to sit there and watch TV and root against Rafa or root against Novak. Certainly not Roger. Never, ever, ever root against Roger. Like, you just can't do that. And it's like I almost wish all 3 of them could win the French this year. But we know that can't happen, especially this year, because they're all 3 on the same side of the draw. Can you imagine if you had a ticket today? But I don't understand, why did they have Novak and Roger playing at the same time? Why would you do that? You got all 3 playing the same day. I would make sure I spaced it out to where you could watch all 3 of them play their complete match in one day. Why did they put Novak on the same time Roger was on? I found that weird. I mean, who's doing that? If I had a ticket today, I'm like, I want to see all 3 of these players first to last point. Come on. I mean, when are you ever going to see that again? Fed lost Wimbledon because of the slow courts. Brits are tired of giving Federer the crown. I don't know if they're tired of giving Federer the crown. He almost did it against Novak, all guns blazing in 2019. Fed doesn't need defense. Well, yeah, but he fell short against Novak. I think, guys, if he just gets a couple more balls in play, I think the Federer Achilles heel to me for Federer is when he starts to shank balls, when he misses too many shots. And I think the reason why Federer misses sometimes is a little bit of nerves, but mostly the shots he's trying to hit. Especially if you go watch Roger play live, he's trying to take everything literally off the skip, like right off the hop. Now, it's what separates him. He lives by it, he dies by it, but I think he could add a little more of a rally ball and just do that a little more. That's all I'm asking for, Roger, a little more. Do you think this is Fed's last French Open? Says Diego. It's hard to tell because Fed is really playing, he's playing good poker with us. He's saying, look, for me, the French doesn't even count this year. He's certainly not saying it's his last. And he's saying that the grass court is like the start of his season. It's like it's the start of his comeback. So as a Federer fan, I'm kind of encouraged by that. because I'm thinking, oh, it's like the start. It's like the beginning. Like the beginning of what, Roger? Another 2 or 3 years on the tour? It sounds like he's really talking about a real comeback, not just like a short-term comeback. Like he's taking his time with this, and he's not even saying like I'm putting all my eggs on the grass, right? You know, he's not saying like I'm going to try and win Wimbledon one more time. He's not talking like that. It's like the grass is just the start. It's just the beginning of what he's going to be doing, and I hope so. I mean, again, he certainly is still one of the best in the world. He's one of the best in the world. He's not a normal 39-year-old by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I mean, just like he does everything, he's the best 39-year-old ever to play. You know, Rosewell was amazing at 39, got to the finals of the U.S. Open and lost to Jimmy Connors, but you know he got smacked by Jimmy Connors, and he was clear. There was clearly a changing of the guard, and you know the game had moved past him. Roger still looks amazing. He still moves amazing. He still does things no one else can dream of doing. Still one of the best competitors out there. So Roger is, you know, I mean, he could play 41, 42, 43 years old if he can play like this, right? Can he? So let's see here. French are tired of the big three. They don't want a big three final. Want to give the next gen a chance. So Raleigh's saying like everybody's tired of these guys. I don't think we're tired at all of the legends, right? We love it. Question, Pete. Do you think Roger, where'd it go? Do you think Roger is better off trying that? Actually, the key to Roger finding another layer at this age is not shortening the points even more. He already plays so many. Look, when he does it, guys, does he not do it well? Does it not look amazing? And when he can get that heavy return back and play, a lot of times he can take the offense in a shot or two. Perfect example. He stood back. He hit a beautiful heavy high toss and return. Got up high on Cilic. Cilic hit the forehand a little weak up here. And Federer came in, stepped in, hit a winner down the line with heavy topspin. Again, nice margin. He didn't have to thread the needle like he does lots of times. Why can't he just do that a little more? I don't understand why everything has to be taken off the short hop. That's my one criticism of Rogers. I think he takes on too much risk, and he doesn't have to. Federer is not playing like he's 40. He's sure not. Okay, well, he's got another comment. Let's see. Novak sucks because his game is boring. Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I like watching Novak too, but I do think that in Wally's defense, you know, why does everybody love Federer? Federer is the closest thing to Michael Jordan that tennis has ever had. Because when Federer plays, it doesn't matter who he plays. It's going to be an exciting match. Because every single match, Federer does something, not just something, right? Many things that you're just not going to see other players do, right? He just by the way he moves and hits, it's different. Just like watching Michael Jordan with the ball, just like the way Michael Jordan would hold the ball in your face and then bring it down, then go right by you, right? The way he'd go in the air and dunk, his fall away, his patented, he had so many, see, that's the thing. Michael Jordan had so many patented moves that just were just like, they were just Michael. You watched him do it, and you're like, that's Michael. That's a Michael move. No one does it like him. No one looks like him when he does it. No one scores so effortless and so easy. Federer does the same thing. From the serve to the backhand slice to the forehand to when he comes to the net and volleys. Just no one looks like this guy. No one looks and moves like this guy. And so, you know, this is why everybody loves to watch Roger. This is why everybody loves Roger the best. Okay, let's see here. Fed may win this time as he is fresh on the court. And also, Rafa is getting nervous, too. I don't know if Rafa's getting nervous. Rafa looks pretty damn good. Tom Brady is running from 300-pound linebackers at 43. Roger can do it. Yes, I like that. That's right, Roger. Roger, if Tom Brady can still run away from 300-pound goons, you certainly can keep hitting a tennis ball. So I like this comment. I agree. Roger, how about this? Roger is not allowed to retire until Tom Brady retires. Or maybe Roger has got to set the goal of playing to the age. This is even better for us. Can Roger play as many years till the same age of when Tom Brady is going to retire? Tom Brady has a goal of playing until he's 45. And I bet you when he gets to 45, he's like, let me see if I can play till 46. Tom Brady does not want to stop playing football. He loves it so much, and he's so good at it. At this point, Roger's goal is to win slams. His 2 slams are the Australian Open and Wimbledon. Rafa owns the clay, and Fed has not performed well at the U.S. Open. I think Fed can win the U.S. Open too, though. Fed can play well at the U.S. Open. With regards to Novak's game being boring, the problem is that Novak hasn't invented anything new. No one plays like Federer or Nadal. Their brand of tennis is unique. What Novak has done, I see what you're saying. But does anybody slide on the hard court back and forth like Novak? Is anybody as flexible as Novak? And what Novak's done, guys, what I see Novak doing is he's like the perfect blend. So I'm going to disagree. He's like the perfect blend of Federer and Nadal. This is why he has had the better of them for the most part in the last 10 to 12 years. Is you watch Federer's rally ball, to me, sometimes takes on too much risk. Like I've been saying on this live stream, he hits the ball too low over the net sometimes, and takes the ball too close to the bounce. That's why he shanks balls. Rafa, on the other hand, when he gets vulnerable, his ball is too high, too short, and he just can't seem to hit through the court. Sometimes Rafa has trouble. Novak has got like the perfect blend where his ball is like right in between those two. And he can seem to flatten out the ball a little bit easier than Rafa, but he's not taking on as much risk as Roger. And this has made him an unbeatable player. So I think you got to give Novak more credit than people are doing. Djokovic is boring, explanation points, but he plays the best matches of the decade. That I agree with. Roger, to me, is a link to all the greats who have played with wood rackets. Laver, Budge, Poncho, Novak, and Rafa are great, but they're modern players whose games focus on spin and power. No beauty. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But yeah, I mean, Federer it's like watching somebody go paint out there on the court. He is an artist. It is beautiful. You don't have to be a genius to watch Roger and go, man, that guy just looks so good out there. It's elegant. It's beautiful. It's amazing. That's why we love him. What will be your reaction if Federer beats Djokovic in the quarters? You want to know my reaction will be? Come on, let's go. That'll be my reaction. Then I'll be praying that somehow the match. I mean, can you imagine if Federer wins the French Open? No one would see this coming. No one. But hey, it's what he did. It's very reminiscent of what he did at the 2017 Australian. He came in, guys. Oh, gee golly shucks, guys. Haven't played tennis in so long. I'm just happy I'm here. And then all of a sudden, that Sunday, he goes out and beats Rafa in 5 sets. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but it's kind of the way he approached the Australian Open. If you remember, what really put him back on the map, he hadn't played in a long time, and he came out and saying, I really don't expect much, just kind of getting my groove back. And then he won the Australian Open. Then I believe he won Indian. Did he win Indian Wells and Miami? Did he win those back to back? I mean, he just had an incredible year. So maybe if the tennis gods will allow, this could happen. But I think it's a longer shot. I think it's almost impossible, but it would be great. And no one saw Tiger winning the Masters a couple of years ago, says Christopher, to remind everybody that's true. You just never count the greats out. Just never count the greats out. Fed may win against Djokovic since Fed is better on clay than Novak. Is Federer better on clay than Novak? I don't know if I agree with that. Novak's pretty awesome on clay. And Novak, let's just talk about Novak for a little bit here since people are bringing it up. He played Pablo Cuevas today, who I thought was a really good, I know. Cuevas is a very good player, and he's pretty tough on clay. And Djokovic put the absolute beat down on him. Guys, it looks to me, I hate to say this, I know we've been having a little Fed party here, but Djokovic looks like he's in lockdown mode. He looks serious. And when Djokovic looks serious and he looks determined, he becomes unbeatable. So, Djokovic looks pretty damn good. So let's just enjoy this and let's see what we think here. Fed has low chances versus Rafa on clay, but a win over Nole is possible. Depends on the weather conditions. A slightly slower court will actually help Fed defensively speaking. Let's see. Maybe. Fed is too much of a serve and volley. Looks cheeky. Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough, especially when on the clay. And then if they're saying that the grass is just as slow as clay, it is tough. It is tough to play, too much risk these days against people who can go down to lockdown mode. Fed have mental block against Novak. That's completely true. Federer obviously does have some confidence issues in the biggest moments. It's like he's close, guys. He's taken Novak to the limits. But he certainly has trouble winning that last point against Novak. No one can deny that. He looked old in Rome. Okay, so Wally, I love that you support all my videos, and but you say some things that are just kind of crazy to me. So Wally's saying Novak looked old in Rome. Let's think about what he did. He beat Tsitsipas in a 2-day epic battle. And Tsitsipas is playing freaking unbelievable tennis. So he was good enough to beat him. Then he turned around and beat the Italian, who the Italian lost so early. I'm surprised. He looked really good. Then he comes back and beats him in 3 sets the same day. And then the next day, he turns around and takes Rafa to 3 sets. That was incredible. How many people in the world can do that? I would just say him and Rafa are the only 2 people who I would give that task to and expect them to do anything. And he did it. And then not only that, he decides, you know what? I want another tournament. After all that tennis, he's like, I want another tournament. And then he went and just dominated in Belgrade. And he's been dominating so far at the French. So, hoping that Novak's getting old or running out of steam, I think that's very, very wishful thinking. Rafa is taking this role on Garros to the bank. It's irrelevant what Federer and Djokovic do. That might be true. I mean, look, he's the damn king. Rafa is the king. And I love it. I love Rafa. I mean, that's what's hard. Like I said, I wish all 3 of these guys could win the French because I love them all so much. And I just love what Rafa has done this year on the clay. And I am just, I'm a tennis fan who loves tennis and loves the legends. And every time they take the court, I get the goosebumps. I have them right now talking about it. And so when I see Rafa on clay, his home, what he's the king of his domain, I get pumped up. So, yeah, Rafa, it's going to be tough to take that title away from him. You're going to have to play your booty off. Whoever is going to do it, if anybody's going to do it, you've got to play you're going to have to take it from him. You're going to have to rip it out of his arms because he ain't giving it to you. We know that Rafa will not give you anything, especially on clay. Pete Nole was lucky to come out the next day to beat Stefanos. Well, he was lucky, but he did it. I was so happy to see that after his game, he was not tired. His stamina was up there. That's true. Rome. Let's see here. I got to go here. I got to go. Like, I got a meeting. Sorry, guys. I got to go. Rafa is too sweaty, losing his hair. Well, he is sweaty. He is losing his hair, but he's not losing his tennis, guys. So, anyway, I can keep talking, looks like. I was supposed to have a meeting now. I'm texting somebody. Are we meeting? I might be going to France in a couple of years, guys, to do a clinic. How cool would that be? How cool would that be? I might be doing a clinic in France. I'll be doing a clinic in Cincinnati if you guys want to go. Email me if you're on my email list. Come on, a pro player has to be in condition to play a tournament. He couldn't run. We watch different tennis, me and you, Wally. He took how can you take Rafa to 3 sets and not be running? That's impossible. What you think of Rafa's statue? I love the statue. I love that statue. He's like, ah, I love it. That would be awesome. Okay, guys, so there you go. If you're a Roger fan, we're super excited. I loved it. Roger, I love you, dude. You gave us everything and more that we could hope for. Epic. You know, I was very concerned watching him in Geneva, losing in 3 sets. I thought he looked good, but then it's very, very big question marks. What's he going to do? And now we know that Roger is back, guys. He's still a top player. He ain't no 39-year-old. Roger, show us your birth certificate. Prove you're 39. The only reason why we know you're 39 is because you've been playing for 20 years on the tour. That's the only thing that gives it away, right? But other than that, he looks so awesome, guys. Looks awesome. All right, I'll see you guys later. Like this video up, share it, smash up the subscribe button if you like this. And if you like tennis instruction, check out some of my other videos. See you guys on another live stream. We'll be back with more of the Australian Open, following these Australian Open matches. A lot of fun.